All right, we're here with another GS on Marketing podcast. Evan,
Hey, Beard, how's it going?
it's happening.
What's happening?
It's almost time, dude. It's
Time for-
almost the holidays.
Ooh, I feel like we were just talking about holidays last time we were here.
Well, I mean, we were talking about like that I don't know. It's like the holiday pregame,
That Black Friday, Cyber Monday.
you know. But now we're actually getting into the actual days.
That's right. And I got to say, there's been a huge uptick in all the advertising that we're doing right now. We probably shouldn't even be taking this time out to record the podcast.
I know, right?
But it's good. It's good to get some of these thoughts on recording. I was going to say on tape, but is that still an expression people use
On
anymore?
tape. We're making the GS on Marketing mixtape.
Yeah, come get it. It's on the. It's a cassette tape. Good luck finding something that actually plays it. Speaking of, I remember one of my favorite Christmas gifts as a young lad, and it was the Talk Boy from Home Alone 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I remember that thing.
Yeah.
That thing was great. Yeah, it wasn't as cool as it was in the movies, though. I gotta say, that product placement made it look a lot better than it was.
Oh man, I can remember like Atari.
Now, you got that for Christmas?
Dude, back in the day.
I never had an Atari. I played on it, though, at a friend's house.
Oh man, Atari was awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty good. We had the Nintendo was the first big game console that we had.
Okay.
Yeah, the original Nintendo. I remember because my dad got it for my mom as a Christmas gift. And it was not well received because it wasn't a wanted Christmas gift. It was definitely I want to buy this for myself, but here you go. Merry Christmas. By the way, do you mind if I play on that?
I feel like I like Nintendo. I mean, I've been all like all Nintendo everything.
I almost got that. What is it? The emulator? No, is that the right word?
I don't know.
That the little box, Nintendo that you plug
the
in.
little guy, the little replica.
Yeah,
it
it's
has
got
all the games on it
30
already.
games loaded on there.
It's like HDMI.
That's right. Yeah.
Is
that emulator? I don't think that's the right word.
I don't know. It's like the little one. I don't know if I never see them.
Oh, it's on Amazon.
Like I don't know, like. Because they're always like sold out. Remember,
not anymore. I think that was like last year. I think
it
it
was
was
like the first ones. They were all so popular, and you couldn't find them. And then everybody was trying to sell them for like crazy on
Flipping
eBay.
it on eBay.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, no, I mean they're there. They're in stock. It's like $60 right
What's
now.
the
on
new
Amazon.
one? Which edition? Do you know?
Oh, I don't even know. I assume it's the same edition. They're just putting it out
I
there.
think they do like the Nintendo, the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, they got the Super one. That's the actually. Now that I'm thinking back to that shopping experience, I was gonna buy it for a gift. Kind of had the whole young childhood traumatic memory still in my mind, though, so wasn't sure how it was going to be received. But then I was also thinking, I bet that Super Nintendo would be a better one because, that's when you first started getting into it a little bit more, was the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, I feel like wait till like 20 years from now, and they'll come out with like the little Wii or something, and like nobody will be able to use it because the wrist straps won't fit.
It'll be like a VR Wii. Play the old Wii games that you used to have to actually stand up and hold something with. Just immerse yourself in the tennis.
I always liked the Wii, dude.
Oh, yeah, me too. In fact, I still have one. I've been having a little bit of issues with the remotes, but, play with it with the kids and everything. They had a great time.
Oh, dude, you can buy replacement controllers.
Yeah, but I don't know if I play it enough to go out and do that.
Get those battery packs.
The battery packs for the controllers?
Get those charger packs, get that little base it sits on,
Yeah, it's still, no, they got the Switch now, right? Then they had the Wii U. The Wii U thing was really complicated when I still had the old school Wii because I kept buying the wrong games.
I never got into Wii U, but
either.
Mario Kart looked pretty cool on that.
Mario Kart's fun with the original Wii. The Mario Kart's always fun.
Yeah.
I feel like no matter what platform it's on, it's going to be fun.
Yeah, I've seen some people playing the Switch. That looks kind of neat.
What is it? So the Wii, the big thing was, you're actually involved in the game. You've got it's not just pressing buttons. You're actually moving it, and it's tracking it that way. What was the Switch, though?
Yeah, so the Switch is more of so it can be multiple things. So it's like the handheld game, right?
Okay.
So you have the controllers attached to the side. You get that nice little widescreen, and it's more portable. And you can take it places, but then you can also like take those controllers off. You can like connect that to your TV, and play full screen, right?
Okay.
So it's either like handheld or on, like normal, right, on the screen with controllers, or you can put them like I've seen them in the commercials where you can put them back to back, and say you have like a sports game, right, like basketball, like 4 people could play the same game on the 2 different screens, like they're kind of synced up.
Oh, wow.
So that's kind of neat.
I feel like that was a flop, though.
I don't know. I still see people playing them.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, people really like them, but I think it's like, the popular things now are like the Xbox and the PlayStations and that. I don't think like Nintendo gets like a real like I don't know. It's not like real like all the gamers aren't playing it, but I still think there's like a huge market for it.
Do you watch videos of people playing games?
Sometimes. Not on the regular, but I know like a lot of people that'll watch people gaming on like Twitch or YouTube, you know. But sometimes like if I want to like find out about a new game, or if there's a game that I'm playing and I maybe like want to see how other people are playing it online and stuff like that, I will. But
I never play games. I've just never been into video games. As soon as Nintendo 64 came out and it wasn't just that linear, I just walk across the screen and I had to try to figure out where to go, I was out. I was like, I'm done. I'm not fit for this gaming lifestyle.
Yeah, so like a lot of people, like I don't have like that newest Xbox or PlayStation or anything. I'm not really playing online, you know what I mean? Like I don't have that like high end. A lot of games now for PCs and that are like you need this high end gaming machine, right, to get that like people are playing like Fortnite and stuff like that.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Or like any of those like shooter games, and they're playing with like multiple people and they got headsets on and they're communicating through their like their group, and they're chatting offline on Discord.
And is that what you watch?
No, like sometimes I'll see like I know a few people that play, so like sometimes I'll jump in on their channel to like kind of chat with them a little bit, because there's also like a live chat going on, and they'll answer you back and stuff when they're playing. But sometimes if there's a game that I'm playing, more of like a card game or something that I'll play online. I play this game Hearthstone, and once in a while, and I don't play it often, but like I'd say in the last month I played it like a couple times. But it's like a strategy game. It's more of like a card game, and so I might watch a few videos to see what kind of how people are setting that up.
I used to have the mindset of why would anybody watch somebody else play video games? I know that kids were doing it and everything else, but then I realized when I was watching HGTV and watching people flip a house, or like the first time home flippers or whatever it was called, I was thinking to myself, wow, this is probably the same thing as watching a video game. I'm just watching somebody else do something. Yeah,
so like sometimes though I feel like it's not even about the actual game. It's about like hanging out with that person.
Ooh.
Right? Because like if you watch, like usually if they're playing on one of the platforms, they'll have a camera on them. And they're also, as they're playing, they're just playing the game, and they may be commenting, they might be talking about their day, but people are also commenting in the chat, and they're answering that chat back.
Yeah.
Right? Like with their opinions and viewpoints and things like that on stuff.
Well, esports they're saying that's going to be the next big thing in the sports world. There's a lot of heavy hitters investing in that right now.
That esports is pretty crazy, too.
I've seen it on ESPN. When I say I seen it, I saw it was on. I didn't actually sit down and watch it. I flipped it on for a little bit.
It's not even like the newest games. Like there's big money being made.
Hey, as long as the attention's there, you might as well go for it.
Yeah, for sure.
And so let's parlay that into some video chat.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about video.
Video is huge.
Well, and plus with 2019 coming up, and I think that's going to be. I feel like they've been saying video is going to be big every single year about this time for the upcoming year. And this year, though, I would say it's really been all in on video. You're seeing what a lot of the platforms are doing. Facebook coming out with not just really favoring with their organic algorithm, favoring videos that were uploaded, but also with the Facebook Watch really pushing that hard. Instagram TV, all those channels are really pushing. LinkedIn, and they have their video platform, needs a lot of work, but I think it's got a lot of potential still.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things going on with video, with traditional video, vertical video. I mean, you got stories on almost every platform.
Yeah, even YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube now is introducing a story.
But you got to have over 10,000 subscribers in order to do one right now.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like eventually that'll be available for everyone.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, yeah, even video, like, and it's so much easy. Like, you're getting like way more reach when you're like promoting those videos too on those platforms.
Yeah, a lot lower CPM too.
Yeah. I mean, live video has been really popular. Facebook Live.
Here's what I love about live video, and it's something that we haven't done too much for our own marketing, but I see that changing just based on our discussions and some of the things that we want to be rolling out here pretty soon. But what I think live video does a great job of is it captures that element of that fear of missing out. So when I see something that's live, that when I'm on a Facebook, for example, and somebody's broadcasting something live, I find myself getting sucked in just to try to find out like what's going to happen. I don't want to close out of this and then I'm going to miss something. Maybe they, slip and fall as they're walking, and that's going to be hilarious, and I'm going to miss it on there.
Yeah, see, I usually do miss a lot of live broadcasts. But what's nice, like I follow some channels on Facebook, for example, and they do. And what's nice about being in that live chat is like you get that opportunity to ask questions.
Oh, right.
And they'll answer them live. You might get that shout out during the episode. That's kind of cool, right?
Yeah.
But I find myself actually like after the fact. So like when you go on like on your TV, like Facebook Watch or
you watch Facebook Watch on your TV, actually?
On the Apple TV, yeah.
Oh, wow.
And a lot more people, even YouTube, like I'm watching YouTube on the TV also.
Yeah, and actually, we've been working on that too. At my house, I've been slowly introducing these new areas of entertainment for the television to get rid of cable, but have it not be just all of a sudden I don't know what to do. Still stuck a little bit on the live TV aspect of it, especially for news channels. But I will say that YouTube right now, that's been what's been on with the kids are watching TV predominantly, just YouTube, and they love it. They're watching. They've got these little shows that they're following all these people, and I've never heard of them, but they've got 20 million views on their videos.
Yeah, I mean, I have my like go-to subscription list, and I almost every night I'll queue that up and see if there's any new videos I want to watch.
Yeah, see, I don't really use YouTube or, really videos in general for entertainment yet. Like, I just haven't crossed it over. But I don't really, this is going to sound sad, but I don't have that much entertainment really in my life anyways in terms of regular TV shows. When I'm going on YouTube, it's more how-to. How do I do this? Or I'm taking a look at that, doing some research on something. And how do I fix my washing machine is one I've had to watch a few times.
The majority of mine are tech reviews.
Are they? Yeah.
And like, new strategies and stuff.
But yeah, exactly. But that's entertainment to me. So I guess, that's as boring as it may sound to most people.
Yeah, no, I mean, video is huge. I mean, even I saw today that Twitter, when you go on your Twitter feed, they're going to start highlighting live. People that you've already follow, if they go live, they're going to highlight that at the top.
Oh, are they?
So, yeah.
Well, that'll be nice.
Yeah. So have you done any live streaming at all?
In terms of Facebook?
Yeah, Facebook or Twitter?
I've done a few, just here and there. They haven't been strategic, though. It's been more of I saw an opportunity, or I just wanted to try it out. I wanted to see what kind of reaction I get. I've coached a few clients through live and gave them some live suggestions that they implemented, and it was pretty successful. But I wasn't, too involved in the actual up and going for it at that point.
Yeah, believe it or not, I mean, you can go live through Twitter now, but like
Periscope.
Periscope is still a thing.
Yeah.
People are still doing Periscope. You don't hear about it as much anymore, but they also have a TV app and stuff like that, too.
Oh, do they? I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Well, and it's not just live video, even though I think that's going to continue to be big in 2019. It's just the standard video marketing aspect. And, a lot of the different channels with their rolling out of these different platforms, I think LinkedIn. Well, actually, I want to ask you, what social media platform are you most excited about for video marketing?
So I tend to focus more around Facebook.
Would it change your answer if I said it didn't have to be a social media channel? It could be anything you can get video?
I don't know. I mean, I think Facebook is the best. I mean, even I saw today that people that you already follow, if they go live, they're going to highlight that at the top.
Oh, are they?
Yeah. I don't know,
YouTube?
probably. Yeah, I really like YouTube. But as far as like anything like social media wise, though, Facebook video, especially for local stuff.
Yeah.
Right? I mean that's just in this past year. That's just what's working. For local.
Yeah, and a lot of times people overthink video. I think it's because the fear of putting yourself out there. All of a sudden, there's a camera, you're on record for everything that you say, and do you want to look good on camera, mess up what you're going to say, and live is going to exponentially increase that because there is no script that you're working off of. There's no editing aspect of it. So that's kind of why I like to watch it, why I think a lot of people do, because it has that draw because you don't know what's going to happen. But even other video, right, when you're creating it for your Facebook ads or just your Facebook page or your YouTube channel or LinkedIn or however you're going to create it and use it. You don't need a lot to get set up for it. I mean, there's a lot of people that have a good amount of success with just using their phones as their video camera.
Yeah, I mean, I like to use a little bit of both, right? I mean, sometimes, if you're going live on one of the platforms, you can go live from your desktop, with a camera, with a Logitech camera, right, and maybe some software,
right,
to get that good stream. You have to be really more conscious of your internet speed, right, and your upload speed.
Well, we've had that, using Wirecast for some of the live streams that we've been doing for the BizTank program.
Yeah, so you can definitely with live, you have to make a little bit of an investment, I guess, if you're going to do it like from your desktop or like what's behind you, like the scene, things like that. But you can do some cool stuff there. But otherwise, like if you're just making a video to like edit and stuff like that, you can use your phones. I mean, you can go live from your phone.
Yeah.
You can do vertical with your phone. I also like to use actual mirrorless camera too. So I use a Canon camera.
And how come you like the mirrorless? Like, what's the difference between a mirrorless and a DSLR?
I just like mirrorless because it's smaller.
Oh, is that
like
what it
it's
is?
more like compact. Like I can just throw it in my bag. Some people use GoPros and stuff like that, and the different cameras. But I like to use different lenses. I'll have lens filters and things like that. So
but you don't need all of that to get started. I mean,
you don't need it.
So what if you were to give somebody advice that is just about ready to start recording videos? Let's say they want to do a video a week vlog that they want to put out, regardless of what the topic is. What are you suggesting that they get?
Yeah, I suggest just getting like you start off with like using your phone, right? Get maybe one of those little tripods that you can clip your phone into so it's stable, right? Either get that vertical or horizontal shot. Maybe get a cheap little microphone to attach onto your phone to get a little better audio quality. You can get anything from as simple as a lapel mic or something that's fairly cheap. You don't have to invest in like $100, $200, $300 microphone. But I'd say start real basic and simple like that. You just get maybe like a video recording app on your phone for like $10, right?
So you would actually get an app? You wouldn't just use the standard record option on your phone?
No, I'd probably get like there's a couple different apps that are pretty good. I use like an app called Movie Pro.
Okay.
But then you can kind of see like your microphone levels and stuff like that right on there.
Okay.
You can see kind of your shot and everything. And then just set that up, have somebody either aim it at you or, you could use the front-facing camera too, I guess, if you want to actually look at it. But just get yourself framed up and start recording. And then, some of that you can either just upload it or edit it right on your phone, or you can get some software to edit,
But then, let's say the next step up. What would you recommend then? Where you actually get a camera, or still with the iPhone or smartphone, I should say, for the Android crowd?
Oh, man. Well, lighting. You might want to mess around and get some LED lights or something to brighten up the room. maybe get invest in a better mic. I mean, for the most part, I mean, you could get a phone with maybe like I use a Beast Grip, and it's like basically a stabilizer like for your phone. You put your phone in it, but you can attach lenses, right, and mount some like lighting and mics on it and stuff like that. You could use something like that. Otherwise, I would like maybe upgrade to like a nice like Canon or Sony camera.
Okay.
Then it gets kind of into like the different quality that you can record with those, the lenses, filters, things like that.
All that fun stuff that you can get lost in when you're trying to get it started, which is
Or-
why the phone's a great one, because if you're only going to do it a few times, and then it's going to lose its steam with you because you're not going to get the million views right away, unless you're really lucky, which would be great. But sometimes you need to make sure that you build that habit, make sure it's consistent before you start to invest a lot of money in it.
Yeah, you definitely want to start small,
Right.
And make sure that it's like something that you're gonna do consistently, maybe, or getting what you want out of it. But then, like, you can even upgrade to a better camera for your desktop if you're gonna record like in like a little studio or your desktop or your office or something, and then maybe like invest in a good microphone, right, for the desktop. And then maybe then it gets into, all right, how can we make the production better? How are we going to use a green screen, a backdrop? Are we going to, invest in some editing software?
Right.
Things like that. So, slowly upgrade. Are we going to soundproof our room?
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Like we're in right now, this great soundproof studio.
Right now, we have, awesome quality mics, soundproof room. You've got some logo here on the table. We got multiple camera angles.
6 cameras.
Yeah.
2 of them are just kind of stacked on top of each other for redundancy. Why is that? Why are there 2 right there?
They're for different things.
Oh,
Yeah.
One's
One's just for backup.
okay. All right. I was like, one's for someone's personal home collection.
Yeah.
One thing that I hate to cut you off on the equipment side of things, but talking about different channels for video, and I think social media gets a lot of play for, coming out with these more, and there's a lot of captive audience on there. They're sitting there, they're reviewing it, they're watching it, they're engaged with it more so. Just because, you hit on totally other elements in the brain when you're watching a video versus just looking at a static image and a headline. So you're able to take advantage of that, which is great for advertisement and, even just for knowledge base. But one thing that I've had a lot of success with is using video for emails.
Sure.
So actually recording personalized videos as you're sending them out to people, right? Whether that's for a prospecting technique, it just carries a lot of weight. And a lot of times, as when you're out there prospecting or doing email marketing, you're really just trying to break through the noise because inboxes are just so cluttered right now that if you get somebody, entice them to click on that email that you sent them, you don't have that much to grab their attention beyond what everybody else is already doing. And video sometimes just makes that difference. Because you can have this, I recorded this video, personalized video for you. There's some great software out there and you can click on it, go to it. It's not high-end production or anything. It's really just, using either your camera, your phone or your webcam that's already on your laptop, but just making sure that you're, talking to the person out there with, oh, hey, Redbeard, I was on your site. I noticed this and that. And, it's just personalized. People watch it. And I've seen that they'll even, like when you send that to somebody's boss, right, the CEO of the company, they're so much more likely to forward it to everybody else in the company and to pay more attention to it because it's so relevant to them and it's personalized. It showed that you took the time. So they want to play off that reciprocity effect, right? They want to respond to it since you took the time too.
And are you noticing like people like repurposing their content, right? Like their videos. So like maybe like a YouTube video they might have in an email. Maybe that email bounces back to the YouTube or to the website.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of that. Even repurposing it like this podcast, right? Most people listen to podcasts, just on iTunes or Spotify or Google Play, but we also put it on YouTube. Just because we've got it, we're doing the content, might as well put it on there, and we're getting decent views on it.
Because we look good.
Yeah, that's probably the real reason. That's the reason that we do it, just to show off the beard more than anything.
what I hear a lot about, like, when Instagram's like IGTV came out, right?
It's been kind of a flop.
Well, yeah, I mean, you heard a ton of buzz about it right off the bat.
Right.
Everybody's gonna do this. Vertical video is the new thing, right? But I only know, like, maybe it's just a handful of people that I follow, but I only know a few people or brands that like consistently are putting videos out there.
I still think vertical video is going to increase in popularity quite a bit. I think the vertical video is the right format for a lot of things, just because so many people are watching videos on their phone now. That's the predominant, maybe not the predominant, but, there's so much more people watching videos on their phone that vertical just lends itself to that platform. And it's all about making sure that you preach this, more than anybody, make sure that you've got content tailored to that platform. And I think that when you're looking at the phone, that device, that just lends itself well to vertical video for most situations, especially social media, where I think Instagram really, I guess, I don't want to say dropped the ball, but what I'm questioning kind of the overall strategy is that they made it a separate app. It's almost its separate thing.
Well, it is a separate app, but when you're in Instagram, you can still watch those videos. Like, there's a little icon or something. Like, but then there's also stories.
Yeah, I just think it's confusing.
Yeah, it's very confusing. Well, I think I've personally been trying to do more stories.
Yeah.
Right? And teasing around that a little bit. Or some video content that's like tailored for the Instagram feed, stuff like that. But what I've seen, like, the IGTV stuff mostly used for, as far as, like, I've just seen actually YouTubers do it, but like they'll do like a little behind the scenes or a teaser video to, hey, go check out on YouTube this new video that I put out, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So just kind of like using it to tease content.
Which is kind of interesting that they're using it to tease content, still pushing it back to YouTube, because Instagram really rolled that out to compete with YouTube.
Right? I know.
Not just use it to push them to YouTube.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what I saw. And then, like, LinkedIn, we hear a lot of buzz about, LinkedIn video and how you got to jump on that, and it's so popular. And, I mean, video is fairly new to that platform, but, I mean, there's still a lot of improvements that need to come along for LinkedIn video. Yeah,
they need to have it be some sort of media library where you can go and see everybody's videos, not just have it lost in the feed in the activity for somebody else. Almost treat it, because they have that for posts, right? Ever since they purchased Pulse and they really moved a lot of those elements into LinkedIn, you can go and see somebody's posts, all the things that they've written on the platform, but they're not doing that for video. And I think they need to have something like that to really.
But even on like that activity feed, like stuff just like repeats multiple times.
Yeah, well, it's, if you like something, that pushes down actual video that you created and uploaded to the platform. And we say LinkedIn video, we don't mean you just put a YouTube link on there. I mean actually taking the video
upload the actual video. But it's like they don't have things like, oh, here's the thumbnail, like here's the, like you got to put like. I mean, you got to go above and beyond to put the image that you want in front of the first second of your actual video file so that it'll show that image. Right.
And, if you did with the transcripts, you got to actually upload the SRT file.
Yeah, like it's not that simple. I mean, you can't like feature a video, like highlight a video. I mean, it'd be cool to like be able to boost videos and stuff like that.
Well, you could take advantage of LinkedIn advertising for videos. The CPMs are fairly expensive, just comparatively, but they've got such a good audience on there. Sometimes it can work out depending on what the goal is, but that's through the ads manager. It's not really just taking your own personal account and boosting it that way.
It'd be nice too if they, like you said, like had a library of your video content. Yeah, where you can maybe feature one, right? Things like that.
Yeah, I think they should. They have it for posts. So it'd make perfect sense to have it.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's gonna be improvements to that soon.
Oh, for sure. I mean, this was something they're rolling out. Microsoft, ever since they purchased LinkedIn, I would say there's been some great improvements from that for the ads platform. It's gotten a lot better, a lot more features for it. Like I said, it's expensive, but it's only expensive compared to something like Facebook and Instagram. That's the only really thing that it's expensive to. It's not expensive compared to running a TV commercial or something. It's just that they have the price low on the other platforms. And I think that, quite frankly, LinkedIn knows the value of their audience that they have on there. So they're getting what they want for it.
Yeah, I think what's really nice on like Facebook, when you get a video on Facebook, you can boost that, right, to pretty much whoever you want on Facebook, your friend, whatever, so more people see it. But then you also get that like Instagram ad, and like vice versa. If you run something on Instagram, you get that Facebook love too. So.
Yeah, as long as it's under 60 seconds, right?
Yeah, 60 seconds is pretty much the cutoff for Instagram.
Are you finding anything in particular for video length that you're trying to stay within? Just taking out of the equation, it has to be under 60 seconds, but, where there's certain levels of engagement, what people are watching, what those rates are. Do you have any data for that?
No, well, I mean, I guess, it just depends on what it is.
Well, and I think you bring up a great point, because one thing that I found is, everybody always says keep your videos short. The shorter, the more engaged they're going to be. But I think that it's definitely true.
I wouldn't keep it short if you have great content to share, though.
Well, and also, what's the goal? So many people get focused on just the like and, those vanity metrics that don't really translate to any real business metrics. They just feel good. Oh, look at this, ego. I got all this and that and the views. But a lot of times what we're finding is those longer videos, you're going to have less people that watch the entire thing. You may have less likes because it takes a little bit more to build up. But
they're more invested, though, in that content, though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The people that you do have are more, like you said, invested. They're more engaged than they would be if it's just a quick little video. So when you're looking for something like driving conversions, right, that's something I found.
Yeah, I mean, like, just for an example, I'm like on YouTube. Like, I'm watching like 15, 20-minute tech reviews. Like a little more in-depth than just, here's this new product. Like, I'll watch the quick 3-minute, 5-minute ones too, But
it's also where you at in the stage of the purchase. So if you're just you don't have much interest in making a purchase, you're just after that more of the top funnel awareness type, you can get away with that shorter video because it's, oh, wow, I didn't know that was out there. Oh, that's cool. But when you're actually about to buy that camera, when you're looking at those tech reviews, you're contemplating one versus the other, you're going to watch a longer video. And that's more valuable of an audience to have somebody that's actually about ready to make that purchase sit and watch your entire video versus, just the little teasers. I think it's good to have both, so I shouldn't say it's more important, but it shouldn't be ignored.
I mean, chop up teasers of that content to share on other platforms or where you need a shorter video.
Yeah, definitely. Bring them into that. Like we do with the podcast, if we happen to say anything worthwhile in a little snippet, we're going to take that video, going to put that out there and start to promote it to draw people into whether it's the podcast on the website, it's where it's hosted at, or just iTunes or Spotify or Google Play.
Yeah, for sure.
So any other big video pieces that you want to recommend or predict, or a good was it not takeaway, because you're not taking it away. Oh yeah, good takeaway for them. Sorry. I was thinking you were going to take it away. I was like, that phrase doesn't make any sense to me.
Oh, wow. I don't know. Like, I've been playing around with, like video, like, filters.
Okay.
Right?
I like that because you got to draw that eye in when somebody's scrolling. You got to stop that thumb.
Yeah, well.
Get that thumb to stop the scroll.
And just making your video just look a little different tone, make it stand out maybe a little bit in the timeline.
Well, it's almost like branding at that point. If you always have that certain filter that's used that's a little unique to you, then you get to the point where people start to recognize that as your video.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've been using just like actual physical filter on the lens for some of the stuff I film, right? Yeah. Which gives it a little, makes it look a little different. But even in like, in editing, you can add filters on, or like when you do, like I was looking at just the other day, because I'm trying to focus more on Instagram stories, right? Yeah. And I'm like, okay, I'm taking my 30-second clip of whatever, and I'm like looking at it, and I like, how do you add a filter on this? Like I had no idea. right?
Oh, yeah.
I was like, where's the filter button? Like, there was nothing that stood out that said filter. So, I mean, I actually asked somebody that I knew that, like, used it more and did stories all the time. Because, like, you can write stuff on or add a little image on your story on top of it, like a layer on top, right? But I was like, how do you add that video filter? And they're like, oh, dude, you just keep swiping left. And then that's what it does. So you keep swiping left and it adds different filters,
Yeah,
you know,
that's
and
right.
then you can post it, you know? So like just little things like that to just kind of make stuff stand out a little bit more.
Yep. I think that's a great way because that carries over to advertising too. You know, making it stand out. When you have that ad, you know, it's going to start to auto play when somebody's scrolling through. So you need to have something that grabs that attention within the first, 2 seconds, really, probably even shorter than that. You know, first couple frames of that video, you've got to be able to grab that attention real quick, and that's going to have people, pause, look at the video. It's going to increase your views. It's going to grab that attention. That's what you're looking for. I think the other thing is just to make sure that you're paying attention to what the individual platforms are when you're creating those videos. So if you're doing Instagram, make sure it's a vertical video that you've got. YouTube, make sure you're getting that, tailored to that audience that's going to be on YouTube. If you're putting the video on your website, make sure that you're paying attention to how it's embedded. It doesn't always make sense just to have YouTube on there for it. You maybe want to take a look at some more premium hosting options for your video, just to make sure that everything that you're doing it for that channel. Like you're putting one on Facebook, you're uploading it to Facebook, not just linking it to YouTube. Same with LinkedIn. You do that, you're going to have a lot more success with all of your videos because the algorithms for those platforms, they don't want content that's taking visitors off of the platform. They want to keep people on Facebook. They want to keep people on LinkedIn. So if you are creating content and uploading it directly to that platform, it's going to help them out. It's what they're going to favor.
Yeah, I've seen some brands that, they did that before. They'd post on Facebook, they'd post on YouTube or whatever, and then they started seeing, where most of their actual, conversations and engagement were coming from, and who was seeing those, and then they just a couple brands just decided to like, hey, we're just gonna go all in on Facebook, and do our live shows and our live video library right there. We're not even gonna bother with YouTube, and I mean I still think whatever platform you choose, like commit to it and go all in on it. Don't be afraid to like record or post stuff, or you just got to do it. You know?
And you get more comfortable the more that you do it. And I will say one thing, just to kind of backtrack a little bit on that longer form video content, not counting Facebook Watch, but Facebook algorithm does definitely favor shorter videos. And that's because they're really trying to maximize the amount of time somebody's on Facebook with ads. So if you put a 10-minute video on Facebook, it's going to get lower reach because Facebook doesn't necessarily want somebody just to sit there for their entire time and only watch that video. They want them to scroll after a little bit after watching it because then they can serve more ads.
Yeah. Well, and that too, and if you're going to produce content for like a Facebook, like even though you're spending all that time to record and produce and maybe edit the video, spend a little time to promote it too.
Oh yeah, definitely. Spend a little advertising dollars behind it. You're going to get a lot more reach, a lot more views. Everything's going to work out better.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so who do you want to call out this week? Last week you called out a car dealership that wronged you. Who wronged the beard this time?
You know what? All right, so this week's call out goes to my landscaper.
Oh, you going to use a name?
Right? We'll just say rhymes with gigolo. And I'll tell you what, these guys...
Is it Bigelow?
It might be. It might be. But I'll tell you what, these guys, so I hired this landscaper to do some work, right?
Yeah.
I thought, gonna shop local, get that local person, hook me up, right? And do some basic landscaping work, make some new mulch, bring some new mulch in, right?
Yeah.
And they ended up shattering my patio window.
I should have laughed.
My patio door window.
And for everybody that couldn't tell by the accents, it's cold where we are, Wisconsin.
It is so cold, and it's only getting colder. But this happened in like August and like it's not getting fixed until like January. Right? And it's just been getting colder and colder, but it was such an inconvenience and like they didn't even care. They didn't even care about it.
Well, I think that definitely earned the call out.
Yeah. So, yeah.
All right. And don't forget to subscribe so you can tune in next week and see who wronged Beard.
Yeah, it's a long list.
Well, we got plenty of time for episodes.
All right. See you.